Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. My name is Cindy, aka Ollie. I'm really happy you decided to stop by on this very fun, beautiful day to be alive. So as you can see, I did update my video intro. I just realized that it didn't make any sense for it to just have my name popping up, especially once I finally decided on my channel name, which is Ollie the Positive Wanderer. And I don't know, I changed it. I just got tired of the clouds and the chiming tune. I just didn't think it really fit me or what I'm trying to accomplish with my channel. So I replaced it with a clip that I took myself flying over the Mojave Desert, which you can watch the full clip in my shorts. And I'm really excited about it. I hope that I get quite a few more like that clip here very soon, and I'm just excited to have that very first one be a part of my channel. I don't know, and I've always loved instrumental music, especially piano, so I really like the tune I picked. I hope you do too. So, full disclaimer before I start this one, I just want to throw out that I am not a financial advisor of any kind, and this video is not intended to be put out as advice for anyone to take. I am simply just making this for entertainment purposes, just based off of my own personal experiences and my own schools of thought, and I do not intend to bring any kind of negative feelings or criticisms to anyone that may live the complete opposite type of lifestyle. And also, my hair is growing back awkwardly. I can't really do anything about it. Plus, I'm just chilling in my house, so I just don't really care. I'm also not a financial expert, and I'm not perfect, and I don't adhere to everything perfectly, and I'm still learning everything myself. So another reason why I wanted to make this video is because these are really good things that I've learned along the way, and I'm still continuing to learn. And I'm not wealthy, but I hope to have financial independence someday, at least what financial independence means to me, because it means something to everybody else. And minimalism is an amazing way to really start reaching that, really start seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. And I just know that someone out there is going to hopefully watch this video and hopefully get some value out of it, because these are things that I slowly started learning from other people, from actual financial advisors. And so I just hope that this reaches somebody and that they can start thinking about things a little bit differently, because I was certainly there where I was on the complete opposite side of the rainbow, I guess. I don't know, spectrum, whatever the term is, but I was on the complete opposite side of it, and I did not think this way at all. And if I would have thought this way, it would have changed everything for what my life looks like right now. Okay, anyway, I'm sure you can guess what I'm going to be talking about today from the title, but I really wanted to make this video because I feel like this concept is really widely looked over when practicing it could save thousands from going into so much debt. Although if you're using credit for something and can't pay it off by the end of the month before it accrues interest, then you can't really afford it. So even buying it with real money isn't really living below your means. At least that's my newfound philosophy. But yes, living below your means, and not just the wonders it can do for your quality of life in the long run, but how much trouble it can save you after years of daily awareness. I know that sounds counterintuitive to say that not spending so much money can actually give you a better quality of life than spending money, because I certainly felt the opposite for years and years, and because of that, I made a mess of my finances, and that was before, I started learning some financial literacy and responsibility, and before I discovered minimalism. But really think about it for a second. Sure, you can take the paycheck you just got and split it up for your bills and use whatever's left over after necessities to splurge a little bit on yourself, but at the end of the day, when you're left with basically nothing until your next payday, whatever you splurged on probably won't feel so good. And this is a bad habit that people, or most people at least, don't realize they're doing until retirement is supposed to come around the corner, and yet there's not much retirement in sight, even though it seems like they just spent a majority of their life working and not actually living it. Now, on the other hand, after you've split your pay up after bills and hopefully a percentage for savings and investing, you could take whatever's left and seriously budget yourself on the groceries you buy, the subscriptions, secretly draining your bank account every month and not spending money so impulsively, not because you have to, but because in the end, eventually you'll be left with a really nice amount to fall back on if anything happens, or you'll have money to travel more and go make experiences rather than accumulating material possessions that aren't actually doing anything for you or for your future and are going to make things like relocating, keeping your house tidy, and maintaining overall happiness really difficult to achieve. I mean, really think about all the money you spend in a month, and there are apps out there that can track all of this for you. And think about how many other things you can do instead once you rearrange those finances just a little bit. And I know someone out there will probably say, I don't need to fix my spending habits, I just need to make more money for them. But the truth is, you'll never make enough money to stabilize your financial health because those spending habits will just get worse the more money that you make. It's actually a concept called life creep. You earn more, so you buy more, or you accumulate more debts and more monthly bills. And I know this firsthand because I was a victim of this, or at least I would say that I was a victim of this for years, except I wasn't a victim at all because I was doing it to myself. So instead of daydreaming about when you'll finally make enough to support everything you want, unwant all of that stuff. And soon you'll see that maybe you do make enough to get by pretty well after all. And then eventually the money is just going to start, it's going to seem like it's just showing up, but it's not. It's because you're making these conscious decisions to treat your finances better. And even if you don't still have enough after doing all of that, you'll still have a much clearer image of exactly how much you need to make every month to have all those basic priority needs met and what you need left over to fund your investments and your travels and the really fun stuff. We live in such a consumer based society that we've been fed all these idealisms for things we need in our life in order to seem successful, and they're just not true. I mean, think about how good it feels to just escape the noise and be out in nature. There's a reason for that. We're not meant to be holed up in these houses full of belongings that make the idea of a simple transition to another home unthinkable for some people. I mean, that's ridiculous to me. And, I recently downsized out of a 3-bedroom single family home into a much smaller 1-bedroom apartment. And I also sold my car because I'm fortunate enough that I can get around well enough without it. And those sacrifices alone have opened up so many doors that I wish I would have just had this mindset several years ago because I probably would have met my personal financial goals last year if I did. But you live and you learn, and that's why life is such a wonderful journey, and that's why they say that wisdom comes with age, and I welcome it. And it's not just major things like that either, it's little things too. At the end of the day, you probably don't need all that makeup and hair products. I know I certainly didn't, although I could probably use some right now. But I also don't collect anything, but I've seen people that spend so much money and have to have so much room in their house for these collections. And I'm really iffy about that one because, on the one hand, if it really brings you that much joy, then by all means. But on the other hand, if you're also getting on Facebook complaining that you can't afford anything, I'd say it's absolutely time for a reality check at that point. Now, the one thing that I don't live below my means on is groceries, not going out to eat, like literal groceries. I like my organic, fresh veggies, all that good stuff, and I don't believe your health and well being should be skimped over for the sake of saving a little bit of money. But We also meal prep. We both cook a lot. We use a lot of dry ingredients like beans and rice. And even though we eat very well on a regular basis, we really still don't spend that much on groceries. But we also don't usually splurge on unnecessary products. And we also don't have children. So our bill most likely is much shorter than someone with more mouths to feed because of that. But, that just goes to show if you don't DoorDash or do things like Uber Eats or go out to eat all the time and you just get your groceries from the store and you cook at home and you meal prep your food, that can save you so much money and it's better for you. It's better for your health and you know exactly what you're eating and you can make some really delicious and nutritious food from doing that as well that keeps you full. Gosh, I used to be so materialistic about everything, and I think it's because when I was a kid, I really didn't have anything, and then I left home and got into an awful situation, and then I got away from that too, and suddenly or it seemed like I had all this money and I could do what I wanted and buy whatever I wanted, basically, especially once the credit accounts started being opened, and eventually I realized that nothing I was really spending my money on was making me happy or aligning with what I always envisioned my life to look like. And once I started changing everything and implementing this living below my means mindset, holy crap, life is amazing. I mean, it really is what you make of it. If you wake up every day and you decide that it's going to be a good day, even if bad things happen, you'll still go to sleep, writing in your journal about the good things that did happen that day. And the same thing can happen with your finances and your overall quality of life, but you have to decide that you're in control of it all, not the government, not the job, not the neighbors, not the kids, not your parents, even if they were awful to grow up with. It's all on you now. And magic is real. I don't care what anyone says. It really is a magical world that we live in. And I could literally talk about finances all day, but like I said earlier, I am no financial advisor or expert, so I'm just gonna stop it right here. I do hope someone could watch this and take something of value from it, and if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to share anything yourself, please leave a comment, and if you have not already, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I will see you again soon.